Don't really remember a time without him. You know, you guys coming down from suburbia, we're kind of figuring you guys looking around going, oh, those poor people.
The Alaskan Bush People captured our hearts with their wild adventures, off-grid lifestyle, and survival in one of the harshest places on Earth. But behind the cameras, not everything was as peaceful as it seemed. From unexpected tragedies to run-ins with the law, some cast members faced challenges that shocked fans everywhere. Today, we're uncovering which members of the Brown family are no longer with us and who has ended up behind bars. Stay tuned, because the story is darker than you might imagine. The Alaskan Bush People. Alaskan Bush People is an American docudrama reality series that captivated audiences by showcasing the rugged struggles of the Brown family as they tried to survive the brutal wilderness. The show premiered on Discovery Channel on the 6th of May, 2014, and within no time, it gained massive popularity worldwide, leading to the release of many more episodes. At its core, the series followed a family of 9 who willingly abandoned modern comforts
Group hug.
to challenge themselves in raw survival. Depending solely on one another, they braved an environment where food was scarce, shelter was minimal, and the dangers of wildlife were constant. Their home was a modest one-room cabin, built by hand with whatever materials they could find. It was far from comfortable, but it was their only option. To put food on the table, the men ventured out to fish and hunt, while the rest foraged in the forest for berries, mushrooms, and wild plants. This became their everyday routine. And when the wilderness failed to provide enough, Amber Branson took on the responsibility of purchasing supplies. But her shopping trips happened only twice a month. If those provisions ran out early, the family had no choice but to rely once again on the land. Each episode carried suspense and raw emotion, keeping fans hooked to their screens. But just as the series had established a strong following, it suddenly came to an end. Rumors suggested that behind-the-scenes issues led to its cancellation. Since then, viewers have clung to the hope of its return, though over time, that hope has slowly faded. After the cameras stopped rolling, the Brown family's journey didn't end. Life brought them moments of triumph and heartbreak, personal growth and devastating loss. And today, fans are no longer asking if the show will come back. They want to know what truly happened to the Browns, who is still alive, and who has faced darker turns, even finding themselves behind bars. Billy Brown. At the very top of the list stands Billy Brown, the patriarch and guiding force of the Brown family. Born on the 3rd of December 1952 in Fort Worth, Texas, Billy's early years looked nothing like the wilderness life his children would later come to know.
I don't really remember a time without him. You know, you guys coming down from suburbia, we're kind of figuring you guys looking around going, oh, those poor people.
He grew up in an upper-middle-class neighborhood, surrounded by comfort and stability. But his life took a heartbreaking turn when tragedy struck at just 16 years old. His father, mother, and sister were killed in a plane crash, leaving Billy devastated. As if the loss wasn't enough, he was soon pressured into becoming legally emancipated. In doing so, he gave up all rights to his family's wealth and inheritance. Left adrift, Billy spent his teenage years wandering the country, searching for direction. Eventually, he found steady work as a commercial fisherman in the rough waters of the North Pacific. It was during this chapter of his life that he met the woman who would change everything, Amy. Together, they built a large family with 7 children: Matthew, Joshua, Bear, Gabriel, Noah, Snow, and Rain. Billy was the one who led his family into the Alaskan wilderness, setting the stage for the reality series Alaskan Bush People. For 12 seasons, he was the heart of the show, admired by fans as the anchor who held everything together. Yet behind the scenes, he battled serious health challenges. In 2019, Billy's struggles with breathing came to light. At first, doctors believed it was a lung issue, but tests revealed the real cause: a weakening heart. Medical professionals strongly advised him to leave the mountains and seek lower ground to preserve his life. But Billy, forever the mountain man, refused to abandon the land he loved. He made it clear to his family that he would rather die in the wilderness than live anywhere else. On the 7th of February, 2021, his wish was fulfilled. Billy suffered a sudden seizure and passed away at the age of 68. Bear Brown. Next on the list is Bear Brown, one of the sons of patriarch Billy Brown. Born Solomon Isaiah Freedom Brown on June 10, 1987, he is the third son of Billy and Amy Brown, and the first of their children to be raised in Alaska. Growing up alongside his siblings in the wilderness, no one initially thought Bear would embrace the Alaskan lifestyle, but he quickly fell in love with the adventure. From an early age, he learned to hunt, fish, build shelters, and survive in harsh conditions. His passion for extreme sports and adventure earned him the nickname King of Extreme. Bear was homeschooled alongside his brothers and sisters, using books and nature as his teachers. Though he never attended a formal school or college, he gained invaluable lessons from his parents and his own curiosity. As a child, he enjoyed reading comic books and watching movies on a generator-powered TV, dreaming of becoming a superhero or a movie star. Bear met Raven Adams in 2018 at their brother Noah's wedding. It was love at first sight, as Raven had been assisting her mother, Cassidy, who was managing the photography for the event. Bear later described Raven as the complete package, and their relationship grew steadily from there.
Hey everybody, Rain Brown Lorton here. I just wanted to pop on here and give a huge thank you to everybody.
Bear began his television career in 2014 when he joined the cast of Alaskan Bush People. With his unique talents and fearless personality, he brought a distinct energy to the show.
I thought deer meat was lean.
No, especially towards the rib area, it is extraordinarily greasy. If you actually eat it when it's not that hot, it puts an entire layer of grease in your mouth.
Known for his love of nature and animals, he often climbed trees, ran on all fours, and howled at the moon, captivating fans with his adventurous spirit. However, Bear faced an unexpected challenge that landed him in jail. Shortly after he and Raven began nurturing their relationship, tensions escalated into a serious conflict. On March 11, 2022, Bear was arrested near his home on fourth-degree domestic violence assault charges and was taken to Okanogan County Jail. He spent the weekend in jail and was released without bond. Authorities confirmed that he had no alcohol or substances in his system and did not strangle or choke Raven. Bear entered a plea deal in April 2022. Since then, he has focused on becoming a responsible father. He and his family have been keeping a low profile, awaiting the return of the TV show. Joshua Brown.
You are not the things that have happened to you. You are not your circumstances. You are not your trauma.
Joshua Brown was born on September 18, 1984, making him the second oldest of the Brown siblings. From the beginning, Joshua, often called Bam Bam, had a calm and thoughtful demeanor, always eager to explore the world through his own perspective. Growing up in the Alaskan wilderness, he developed a unique set of survival skills alongside his family. His early years were shaped by a nomadic, off-the-grid lifestyle, constantly adapting to the challenges of living in the Alaskan bush. His nickname, Bam Bam, came from a childhood habit of running into walls, reminiscent of the Flintstones character. Unlike some of his siblings, Joshua has always had a strong interest in technology and education, a passion he continued to pursue even after the show went on hiatus. Bam Bam became a key figure on Alaskan Bush People when it premiered on Discovery Channel in 2014. Viewers quickly realized that he wasn't just a background presence. He brought his own skills and perspective to the show. Joshua often contributed through problem-solving and implementing technological solutions to aid the family's survival. His analytical mind and quiet demeanor gave him an edge in tackling various challenges. Fans admired him for his contributions to the family's projects, including building shelters and devising hunting strategies. His expertise in electronics and machinery proved invaluable in many of their endeavors. Joshua met Allison Kagan, a former producer of the show, and their friendship eventually blossomed into a romantic relationship. They began dating in November 2016. This relationship marked a turning point in Joshua's life, leading him to spend time away from the family and the show to focus on his personal life. However, his life wasn't without challenges. In 2014, the Brown family faced serious legal issues. Billy, Amy, and 4 of their children were charged with 60 counts related to fraud and theft, accused of misrepresenting their residency from 2011 to 2013 to claim benefits from the Alaska Permanent Fund. To resolve the case, the family entered a plea deal. Joshua and his father, Billy, pleaded guilty to 1 misdemeanor count of second-degree unsworn falsification. Both were sentenced to 30 days in jail for lying on their Alaska Fund dividend applications. Billy had to repay $7,956 in improperly obtained dividends and pay a $10,000 fine, while Joshua repaid $1,174 and paid a $2,000 fine. Both were required to complete 40 hours of community service and were barred from applying for the dividend in the future. Despite the hardships, Joshua persevered and maintained a strong legal stance thereafter. Beyond the show, Joshua has pursued personal interests and business ventures that support his well-being. He developed a passion for photography, sharing his work on social media, and continues to enjoy fishing. In recent years, he has also focused on expanding his technological skills, working on projects related to electronics and renewable energy, which have significantly shaped his path. Noah Brown, his life after the show. Noah Brown, the youngest son of Billy and Amy Brown, grew up in the rugged wilderness of Alaska, a land that shaped him into a resilient and resourceful young man.
When you're going to see someone for the first time that you're going to go out with, and they're coming down the stairs, it's kind of like waiting for Rapunzel to...
From an early age, he was immersed in a life that most could hardly imagine, learning to hunt, fish, build shelters, and survive in one of the harshest environments on Earth. His childhood, though adventurous, was far from ordinary, and like his siblings, Noah quickly adapted to the challenges of living off the grid. As the years went by, Noah became a central figure on Alaskan Bush People, the Discovery Channel series that followed the Brown family's attempt to live self-sufficiently in the Alaskan wilderness. Viewers loved Noah for his inventive spirit, calm demeanor, and deep connection with nature. He was often seen helping with shelter construction, repairing tools, or teaching his younger siblings the practical skills necessary for survival. His unique combination of intelligence, creativity, and adventurousness earned him a special place among fans. Life after the show, however, proved to be complicated for Noah. Following the conclusion of the series in 2022, he faced personal and familial challenges that tested his resilience. His marriage to Rain Alicia, which had brought him 2 children, began to falter. By early 2025, Noah and Rain announced their separation. The split was emotionally taxing, as Noah had to leave the home he had inherited from his father. Yet he remained committed to co-parenting and ensuring that his children's lives were as stable as possible amidst the turbulence. Beyond his marital struggles, Noah also faced tense family dynamics. Accusations from his sister Rain brought added stress, though Noah publicly denied the claims, insisting on the importance of handling family matters privately. He remained focused on protecting his children and maintaining the family bond as best as possible, despite the public scrutiny. In the midst of these personal challenges, Noah found solace in returning to what he knew best, the wilderness. He continued to explore Alaska, documenting his experiences and sharing survival tips and off-grid living advice with fans through social media platforms. His life in the bush, though sometimes interrupted by conflicts or unforeseen events, remained a source of grounding and purpose. Noah's dedication to preserving the Brown family legacy became even more evident as he sought to honor his late father's teachings while navigating the responsibilities of adulthood and parenthood. Even through the toughest moments, Noah displayed resilience, whether dealing with family disputes, managing his own household, or facing the pressures of public attention. He demonstrated a quiet strength. His story serves as a reminder that life is rarely simple, and that true courage often lies in continuing forward despite setbacks. Noah's journey after the show is far from over. With each step, he balances the challenges of family, love, and survival, holding on to the lessons learned in the Alaskan wilderness. For fans who followed his story from the very beginning, Noah Brown remains a figure of determination, adaptability, and hope. A man who, despite life's storms, continues to embrace the land, the lessons, and the legacy of his remarkable family. Amber Branson. Amber Nicole Branson was born on the 8th of February 1976 in Wichita Falls, Texas. She is the daughter of Larry Renee Branson of Springtown and Judy Diane. She was a kind and generous person with a big heart, loved and admired by many. She was a pure representation of calmness in its entirety. She began showcasing her skills in the early seasons of the Alaskan Bush reality TV show, appearing in just a few episodes. Amber got married to her husband, Sean Austin, and together they had 2 children, Braden Austin and Jace Austin.
It's true. I never dreamt in all my days. I figured we'd still be in one big nest, laughing and happy.
However, she later parted ways with him for reasons best known to her, and up until the day of her passing, they never reconciled. As time went on, she was plagued with mental health issues, and in a bid to salvage the situation, she fell into the welcoming hands of substance use. She tried her best to curtail the problem, and for the first few years, it looked like she was winning the battle until she relapsed. Amber started the fire at her home in Hudson Oaks, Texas, according to Amy's brother, Les Branson. He told reporters that local police were called to check on a woman lying face down in her front yard. When police arrived on the scene, they found Amber with severe burns over 90% of her body, he said. She told the police that her injuries were self-inflicted. When questioned why, she said it was a faith test. Amber reportedly shared the home with her boyfriend, but it is unclear whether he was present at the time of the incident. However, her boyfriend later found an empty can of gasoline that had been in the garage tossed over a neighbor's fence. When asked directly what shoe had used to light the fire, Amber reportedly said, "Insect repellent." Amber was taken to a Dallas hospital and rushed to the burn center when police found her. According to Les, her injuries were deemed non-survivable, according to doctors. After being taken off life support at the family's request on April 30th, she succumbed to her injuries early the next day. Friends and family couldn't wrap their heads around the tragedy, but expressed how grieved they were upon hearing of her painful demise. She was a kind, generous person with a big heart who was loved and admired by many, but who unfortunately also suffered from a debilitating disease. She will live in our hearts forever. Amy Brown couldn't hold up for too long because it seems there was a bond that held them together, as she was her niece. Stricken by this news, the Alaskan Bush cast members struggled to keep up the flow, and amazingly they managed to scale through it. Rain Brown. Rain Brown, as she is fondly called, has faced her share of challenges even as a member of the Alaskan Bush cast. Born Catherine Raindrop Brown in Hoona, Alaska, she is the youngest daughter of Billy and Amy Brown. Being the youngest of her siblings, Rain was highly cherished by her parents. From the beginning, she was part of the show's cast and remained involved until the series went off the air. Fans first saw Rain as a little girl tending to the animals on her family's farm and playing with toys. Growing up alongside her 6 older siblings in the mountainous region of Hoona, she often found life in the Alaskan bush challenging, but she adapted to her parents' way of living. Unlike her siblings, Rain developed a strong sense of fashion, always keeping her clothes coordinated and tidy. She also enjoyed reading, with Nancy Drew mysteries among her favorite books. Her distinct personality made her one of the most talked about members of the Alaskan Bush cast.
Hey everybody, Rain Brown Lorton here. I just wanted to pop on here and give a huge thank you to everybody.
Rain's controversies began in January 2023, when her TikTok account was temporarily banned for allegedly impersonating someone else. After verifying her identity with TikTok support, she regained access to her account though she had been repeatedly targeted online before that. Later, rumors about her being engaged or married circulated due to a ring she wore in Instagram posts. While the speculation didn't last long, it created a stir among fans. Rain eventually met Josiah Lorton while working at the same restaurant, she as a waitress, he as the head chef. Their friendship quickly blossomed into love, and in 2024, she revealed they were dating. In a January 2024 Instagram post, she wrote, "Forever grateful for this guy, my love, my baby, my angel, my hero, my protector, my home, my forever." Few are lucky enough to find their someone, and very few are blessed enough to have found that someone so early in life, and especially at such a random place. Josiah has shown me what real, pure, genuine love is, and continues to show me every day what a beautiful thing this life can be. By January 2025, Rain and Josiah were married. However, shortly after, they faced legal troubles. Both were arrested for allegedly stealing $75,000 in cash, guns, and other items from a family member in Wakanda, Washington. Jason Ayerst, Josiah's uncle, reported the alleged burglary, claiming Rain and Josiah had been seen on his property and had stolen several valuable items, including cash, gold, wine, and firearms. Rain and Josiah were charged with first-degree burglary and first-degree malicious mischief, with Rain also facing a second-degree criminal trespass charge. They were booked into Okanogan County Jail and spent about 3 days in custody before being released without bail. Both have pleaded not guilty and are awaiting their court dates. After the arrest, Rain addressed the situation on Instagram, posting a cryptic message that many fans interpreted as a response to the allegations. "This is a Bible verse I give to y'all. Judge not, lest ye be judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. It hurts my heart that my rainbows would choose to believe the lies that my old manager, who stole $43,000 from me and mistreated me, instead of maybe thinking, 'Oh no, who is saying this about Rain?' It deeply hurts my heart. With all this said, I hope y'all will stick around to hear my side of the story. God bless y'all." Despite these challenges, Rain and Josiah continue to live their lives, hopeful that everything will be resolved. Since the last aired season, the Alaskan Bush cast has faced numerous hurdles, and whether the show returns, they will have to overcome lingering rumors and scrutiny to maintain the flow fans remember. And that's a look at the Alaskan Bush People cast members who faced tragedy or legal trouble. The Browns' lives off the grid have always been full of surprises, both on and off camera. What do you think about their journey? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button for more shocking and intriguing stories from reality TV. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.